Alright, 2 more bonding points. Guys is last, as always. Probably not always, but at least for now, until we get a head start of his bonding. Let's do... I kind of want to do Toa. Let's do Toa. No, we'll do Emma, actually. I don't think we did Emma. We probably didn't do Emma last time. There's Gaius. We're going to save him for last. There's Elliot. We did him last time. I'm sure of it. Oh, Emma's right here. Okay. Hey, waifu. What's up? The city is so amazing, I almost can't take it all in. It's not so different from... It's not much different as it is a different world. Nothing is familiar. I know a lot of our classmates feel this way, but I grew up in such a rural area, I can hardly believe what I'm looking at. Yeah, I felt the same the first time I was here. It's a far cry from Ymir, that's for sure. Still, while you're here, why not walk around and take in the sights? It's a bit intimidating, but there's a lot to see. Sounds like a fun idea. And Reen, I know it's hard, but I hope things get better for you soon. Thanks, Emma. I hope so, too. Maybe she'd appreciate a guide in Brower. It's a big place and all, yeah. How about I give you a guided tour of the place? I've been here before, so I should be able to give you a decent one at least. Not a Lisa grade, but still. Are you sure you wouldn't mind? I'd love that. We're in there, chat. What a strange sensation. The idea of a moving staircase is incredible, isn't it? True enough. This isn't the only one on the continent either. Zeiss over in Labro has one. Wouldn't be surprised if they were introducing more cities in Erebonia. I know, escalators are wild, so people don't have to use their feet nearly as much. What's that big structure over there? An orbital generator, apparently. They provide the energy that this town and its factories need to work. I've heard that they have plans to make more of them, too. Or at least they had plans. I'm guessing they put them on hold until the Rhineford company is fully reorganized. It's amazing that technology like this actually exists. It's like magic in a way. Green continued to show Emma around the city, focusing primarily on the things one couldn't find anywhere else. Eventually, their tour came to an end. They decided to stop for a rest. Oh, there's so much to take in here that my head's still spinning. Every time I thought I'd seen all there was to see, you led me to something else that was even more incredible. That's the same way I felt the first time I was here. It gets even more incredible when you realize that in a few decades, places that look like this could be the norm. You may be right, especially with the way technology is actually advancing. It reminds me of something I read in the book once. It said technology that is beyond the comprehension of the observer is indistinguishably from magic. That's one way to look at it, sure. But if that's the case, where does it leave witches like me? If people develop new technology, it's embraced with open arms, but our equally convenient magic is feared as heretical. That's why we're forced to live in the shadows, hiding both our existence and our powers away from the people. Is that the only reason we exist? To fulfill duties that nobody even knows about while the world leaves us behind? Sorry, Emma. I've never felt that way before. No, not at all. I'm the one who should be sorry. I didn't mean to ramble at you like this. You're shouldering a far heavier burden than I am right now. Another person's worries are the last thing you need. Even more so when my duty as a witch is to support you. I'm sure Grandmother and Celine would be very annoyed at me right now. You don't have anything to be sorry for. And honestly, all of your concerns make sense to me. I don't think anyone exists just to fulfill some arbitrary set of duties, especially you. You really think so? Sure, you're a witch, but that doesn't have to define who you are as a person. To us, Emma, you're our class president and our friend, who also happens to be a witch. Nobody gets to pick how they're born, but everyone deserves to choose how they want to live their life. I suppose you're right. So don't let being a witch force you into dedicating your life to fulfilling your duties or whatever. Focusing on finding something that you want to do, we're all here to help you do that. You know that, right? You're not alone. I think anyone else in our class has figured out exactly how to live their life either. When you put it that way, there's no supposing about it, is there? You're right. Thank you, Reen. It might not be easy to find something I want to do for myself, but maybe it's time that I start thinking long and hard about it. If I run into any difficulties, though, you'll be the first person I come to for support. Whenever you need it, I'll be here. Let's get it. Finally, guys. Because he's the best. Alright guys, I saved the best for last. How's it going, dude? Hey guys, you highway bound? That's right. Figured I might head out and fish for a while to pass the time. Fishing? Maybe we'll catch the silver marlin. One of Gwen's favorite fishing holes is supposed to be out there, so I thought I'd give it a try for myself. Oh yeah, I know that one. Not far from where our boats first landed. Just be careful though, the monsters have gotten a lot tougher than they were when Gwen used to fish there. Oh, I will. Don't worry about me. In fact, you shouldn't be worried of anything at all. Take some time to de-stress yourself while you got it. Everyone has times when they just need to open the window and let some fresh air into their lives. I'll give that a try, thanks. Maybe fishing with guys would let me open that window, he mentioned. Yeah, totally. Well, how about we fish together? If it's good enough way for you to unwind, it's good enough for me. That's what I like to hear. That's also what I like to hear. Yeah, Rena guys made their way to the beeline. Alright. Spawned the by road. They made it there. Alright. Two of them got straight to fishing. Only Cold Steel had a better fishing minigame. Oh, it feels like ages since I just put my cares to the side for a while and cast out a line like this. I almost actually yawned because it was in the dialogue box. Yeah, ever since the war started, we've had no shortage of things to be worried about. It's probably healthy for us to take the opportunity to unwind every now and then. Yeah, even now I'm feeling all the built-up tension that just kind of soften and melt away. Did you fish much back home? I got in some good rod in real time, sure. Hardly as much as Gwen, though. He used to take me out on his boat to fish, especially when he could tell me I was feeling down about something. Oh, really? You always seem so composed. I guess I assumed that nobody ever really got to you like that. Man, that's embarrassing to admit, but we've all got our worries. Don't fret about it. Sure, I feel down sometimes, but it always passes in time. Back home, I was always surrounded by people who cared about me. Mom, Dad, my siblings, neighbors, and the settlement. Whenever I started feeling down, they were there to cheer me up. And I always tried to do what I could to be there for them in the same way. That sounds like a good life. And that's how you became the dependable guys we all look up to. Well, I don't know if I'd go that far. Still, I'd like you to think that if there's ever anything you need, you'll be able to rely on me. This class would never have come as far as we have without supporting each other along the way. You're right about that. I'll make sure to keep in mind. Is that a crocodile? Oh, they're wolves. Monsters! Yeah, get your sword out! What are you doing, Reen? Damn, we might have noticed them earlier if we'd been paying more attention. This reminds me of back when I rescued Lieutenant General Vander a year ago. But at least this time I had a horse. At least that time I had a horse. I don't have a horse now. Well, this time you've got me. True, together we can take them. Oh, they're not gonna let me fight? Okay. Drawing their weapons, and Gaius and Reen fought valiantly against a horde of monsters. Despite being vastly outnumbered, they triumphed by making the most of each other's strengths in combats. I mean, we're an unstoppable team. Oh, there they go. Well, I'd say we managed to beat the odds, wouldn't you? See? You are dependable, just like I said. It takes two to cover each other's backs. And whenever you need me, I'll have yours. Likewise. The battle won, they made their way back to Roa. Okay then. Oh, almost level 5, not bad. The max level might not be level 5, it might be higher in this game. Oh, is there a side quest there? There's something over here. Let's go see what this is about. Oh, Linde and Vivi. Ah, hello, Reen. Hello, Reen. Can we not do this just for today? I feel like I should just wear a shirt that says I'm sorry about her or something. Oh, come on. I'm just having a bit of fun with my two best pals. Besides, it's been so long since we've seen each other and that she probably missed all the teasing. Really? I'm just so happy to see you again. I was worried this whole time. I never should have left you alone like that. You must have been really scared. I'm so sorry. I should be the one saying all that. Oh no, here comes the tears. Ah, you're such a dummy, Linde. There. It's great to see the two of you back together again. Reen, we owe you so much. We might not have ever seen each other again if it weren't for Class 7 and the Courageous. Now it's time for me to return the favor by joining the crew and doing all I can to help out. Hey, you better. Since I'm gonna keep spicing up our lives as the ship's sexiness officer, please stop. That's not, I don't think any airship. That's nothing, never mind. I know you're trying to joke to cover up the fact that you're crying, but it's really not working. Boo! Fine, let's just get on that ship. Follow me, I'll show you the way. Alright then. Thanks again, Reem. We'll see you later, okay? See you on board. I love Vivi. We got Linde, but it didn't show me Vivi. Does Vivi come later? Or am I just mistaken? Let me just see if there's anywhere else, we can get people. Okay, no. There's no more side quests. So let's just go back to, let's go to Rower Airport and just move on the plot, I guess. Bum, 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 bum. Let's get it. Alright, that's basically the same text, so I'm not going to bother reading it. Yeah, board the Courageous. And give me my grade.
Wow, that must have been tough.
SSS.
You guys are really
A!
on the ball.
Come on, game. Not again, A. I probably missed AP from something.
Greetings, my lady.
How are you feeling, Valimar? The battle yesterday must have been pretty hard on you.
I am fine. The damage to my armor and lost mana have largely recovered. I expect to be in peak condition before our next battle.
That's good to hear. Just listening to you talk, you really have changed since we first met. You seem to be talking a little more like a human now.
Is that so? That would suggest that my memory is slowly recovering.
What's that now?
The part of me in which memories are stored appears to be damaged. I have very few memories of the past, such as why I was sealed within the old schoolhouse to begin with. This includes my memories of language. Thus far, I have had to rely on the preset bare minimum of speech functionality. However, thanks in great part to your assistance, my speech functionality is slowly beginning to restore itself.
Does that mean that your memories of the past are starting to return too?
It is an indistinct memory, as if clouded by white noise. I seem to recall someone burdened by a great sadness, much like yourself.
That obvious, huh? I look that burdened to you? Someone died right before my eyes, and I was powerless to stop them.
I had to think for a second, but I just remembered we just passed the part where Vulcan died. I forgot. I was heartbroken with that because Vulcan was pretty cool.
But the more I think about it, the more I realize that I might have been able to stop it from happening. And that regret's like a thorn stabbing into my heart. Was the person in your memory able to move past their burdens?
I am unable to find any memories that answer that question. However, I believe that your sense of regret is an entirely natural process for humans. Is that not the case?
Well, yeah, I guess.
Give thought to what you would do differently if confronted by the same situation again. If I can aid you, I shall.
Yeah, you're right. I can't undo the past, but I can at least make sure I don't make the same mistake a second time. Perhaps considering how to do that is the best thing that I can do right now. Thanks, Valimar. I feel a little better after talking to you.
Then all is well. I am afraid I must return to sleep. Should you require my aid again, you need only to call my name.
I need to keep on getting stronger. Strong enough that I can protect the people around me. The ship's maintenance is probably almost done now. Maybe I should take a nap or something while I wait for the others to get here? Yes, this is Reen Schwarzer speaking.
Hey there, Reen. George here. Do you have a minute?
George, is something wrong?
Well, I'm over at the Ruhr Institute of Technology at the moment. and an acquaintance of mine here has a pretty interesting proposal regarding your Divine Knight. How soon do you think you can come over?
A proposal? Who is this acquaintance of yours?
Well, it's the Institute's president, actually. Professor Schmidt, the Empire's foremost orbital researcher.
Oh, I've heard of him before. I thought this was going to be voiced. The name's G. Schmidt, words. I serve as this institute's president. I certainly wasn't expecting the pilot of that ancient knight to be only a boy. The Alliance ought to be damn near ashamed of themselves if they keep losing to a snot-nosed brat like you. I hate this guy already. I don't think that's any way to talk to a person you've only just met. Besides, he happens to be one of the students who helped you get that minor medal earlier in the year. And one of the students put out that request without any input from me. You should be kissing my boots for having the honor of assisting with my research, however indirect it was. Some things never change. Putting that aside, is it true? Were you the one responsible for developing the Panzer Soldats? It is. Dukayen made the request and I agreed to it. I used the ancient robot, Ordine, and the Society's archaisms as a reference point. And then designed a frame that could be mass-produced even with the Ranford Company's technological capabilities. Okay, so Panzer Soldats are like archaisms. They use Ordine as a base because Ordine was... Crow mentioned that he was an Awakener like 3 years before Rean. So they used Ordine as a base and then they got archaism properties which made Panzer Soldats. Interesting. Afterward, I drew up plans for several models and oversaw the completion of a Draken prototype a few months back. Why do you ask? Do you have any idea what you've done? You're wasting your time, Breen. He develops whatever catches his interest, loses himself until it's done, and to hell with the consequences. The railway guns in Grellia Fortress and the orbital wave jamming device in Nora were both designed by him. It was all him. Dude, is Professor Schmidt gonna be like the main mastermind? Imagine. Unbelievable. An engineer who doesn't strive to satisfy his intellectual curiosity is a sad sight of an engineer. We just design things. It's up to their users to decide what to do with them. That is very true. The users are the ones that decide. I have a college class which kind of goes into like if technology or people are the main source. Like some people believe that technology will override humans and like, you know, take over the world and all, but like it really is. I believe it's the users that is like truly important. This is like really relatable to me. Do you get it now? It was because I couldn't cope with this part of him that I ended up going to the academy over here. Yeah, I totally get it, unfortunately. Alright, what made you come visit the professor to begin with? Of course, that was what I called you here for. I was hoping I might be able to get some kind of advice or pointers from him. You know, about getting a new weapon for Valimar. Oh.
And if I might be so bold as to offer a word of advice, get Valimar a better sword. One like yours.
I forgot about this completely. Was this in the Pantagruel? This had to have been the Pantagruel. It was the last time we saw Crow and had to fight.
If you think you're such hot stuff you can beat me without your 8 leaves training, you're in for a world of hurt.
Correct choice of armaments is indeed paramount. Selecting one the Awakener is well suited to will increase combat efficiency exponentially.
George told me what you're after. He says you want a weapon capable of fighting on equal terms with the Azure Knight. We might have gone our separate ways, but he's still a former student of mine. I'm open to the possibility of designing something for you. Really? You'd make a weapon for Valimar? I said I'd be open to the possibilities. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. If you want my help, I have one condition. Zamorian ore. Ring any bells for you, Reen? No, I'm afraid it doesn't. It's an extremely rare ore found here in Zumeria. It's an astoundingly strong material that possesses a mysterious radiance within it. And what's more, as I learned while developing the Soldats, the frames of the Divine Knights are made up of the very ore. Your Ashen Knight included. I had no idea. Oh, so they're all made up of this ore. Okay. A double saber Ordine uses appears Eustace appears to be made of it too. Which, as I'm sure you figured out, means if you're going to compete against Crow, you're going to need a Tachi made of Zumerian ore. To make one, however, you're going to need vast quantities of ore. Yet, it was only recently discovered how to refine the ore at all. Processing will be immensely difficult. But bring me the materials and I'll be willing to assist you. The concept of a weapon that can compete against Divine Knights is of great interest to me. Even when you're helping people, it's only to help yourself. It'd be nice if you were doing it to atone for developing the Soldots, but I can't picture those words coming out of your mouth. What a selfish man this guy is. The very thought makes me feel ill. Bear in mind, Zumerian ore is an incredibly rare material. I doubt you'll find enough of it to get the job done. Still, should you pull it off, I'll design you the finest Tachi you'll ever lay your eyes on. On my name as an engineer, I can promise you that. Thank you, Professor. This will be a great help to us. Fair or not, we're gonna find all the Zumerian ore we can make this work. I'll keep my expectations low.